In this lesson, we're going to learn about quotes and invoices. For those of you that have completed the lesson on jobs and scheduling, quotes and invoices should be easy. Do you remember the job we created in lesson 4? Let's bring that up now. Creating a quote or invoice from a job is as simple as clicking a button. When you select Convert from inside your job, you have an option to convert it into a quote or invoice, copying the information from your job into each. By expanding the header on your connected quote, job, or invoice, you can easily see the associated documents and navigate between the three. Of course, you don't need to have a job before you create a quote or invoice. By accessing Job Management from our navigation menu, you can select where you want to begin. Let's start with quotes. From the quotes list, create a new one by clicking the floating Add button on the bottom right of your screen. Just like we did when we created our job, add a customer, fill out your description, and set up the task for your quote and click Save. From here, by clicking the Options icon, you can choose to create a PDF version to save to your device, print a hard copy, or email a copy of your quote directly to your customer. Here's the great thing about Sparky quotes. When you email a quote to your customer, not only will they have a copy for their records, but they can accept the quote as well. When they do, you'll receive a notification to let you know the quote has been accepted, prompting you to convert your quote into a job so that it's ready to schedule. If you don't want or need to schedule anything, you can skip the job altogether and convert your quote directly into an invoice ready to send to your customer. Quotes, jobs, and invoices in Sparky are designed to be flexible so they can work the way that you do. Let's say you want to do a partial invoice for a customer and still want to keep the job open. When you select Convert to Invoice from your job, you can choose between a full or partial invoice. Partial invoices can be issued by percentage, a set amount, or by selecting specific lines to invoice. Alternatively, you can choose to invoice everything you have on the job, and when prompted, select Yes to keep the job open so that you can continue to add to and work on your job. Now, what happens if you've added more to your job and need to send your customer a revised quote? Just as we converted our job into a quote, you have the option to update your quote by selecting Convert from your job. You can see how many times you have updated your quote by checking the version number, and you can easily revert to the previous state by deleting your updated quote. If you just need to create an invoice, Sparky can help you do that too. Access invoices from the Job Management submenu. Create a new one by clicking the floating Add button. And fill out the relevant information just as you did when you created your quote and job. Now you have a draft invoice ready to review and approve. If you want a quick overview of what your invoice contains, access the invoice summary by choosing the Options button to see a summary of your costs versus what you have charged. Once you're happy with everything, click the Convert button and select Approve Invoice to turn it into a tax invoice. From here, by clicking the Options icon, you can choose to create a PDF version to save to your device, print a hard copy, or email a copy of the tax invoice directly to your customer. You can choose between a full invoice, a summary invoice, and a customized invoice to tailor your document to look the way that you want. Invoicing in Sparky has some other great features to make things easier. For integrated customers, approved invoices can be sent directly to your accounting system, while Sparky users who choose to set up with Payrix can send payment links along with their invoices. When you email an invoice to your customer, you'll receive a bell notification to let you know when your customer has viewed the invoice. Once you've received payment, you can not only set your invoices paid in Sparky, but send a receipt to your customer by selecting Send from the Options menu. If you've gone through all 6 lessons, you've learned how to navigate Sparky, how to set up Sparky for your company, using the online shop and submitting orders, jobs and scheduling, materials management, and utilizing quotes and invoices. By now, you should have a pretty good idea of how to get started with your new job management system. That doesn't mean you're on your own. By clicking the question mark icon, get contextual help that allows you to learn more about what you're trying to do. Or speak with one of our Sparky specialists for some one-on-one help, or to arrange for a more in-depth training session that's tailored to your needs. Last but not least, be sure to keep checking the Sparky website. We'll be adding more lessons to better help you run your business with Sparky.